Hey peeps, welcome back. It is Vlogmas Day 7, and today is release day for Starlight Web, so stick around. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Oh, hit that bell to get notified of when I have new videos out. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and we will be back in just a moment. So today is the release of Starlight Web. I think this is book number 76 that I have published in my lifetime. And that is just amazing. 14 more books and I will reach 100 books. I always knew that I was going to write. I always knew that that was what I was meant to do. But the fact that I'm actually looking at reaching triple digits on the number of books I've written is amazing to me. It's wonderful. It's exciting. It's cause for celebration. So yeah, today's release day. Have you got your copy yet? I hope you love it. I hope that you devour it and enjoy it like, most of my readers seem to do with all my books. It's first in a new series, and that's exciting for me too. Paranormal women's fiction. Slightly older heroine, although I have realized I do write older heroines in a number of my series. It's not all just young things. Even Ember is 30, 31. So, there have been, I don't know if I've written any characters who are under, well, the sisters, they were the equivalent to the early 20s. Otherwise, it seems like I think every heroine I've written has been a little bit older. Ember was in her late 30s. Oh, let's see. Maddie in Bewitching Bedlam she would be the equivalent to her late 30s, early 40s. January now is 40, going on 41, almost 41. Cicely was 30. And so, yeah. So apparently I don't do just young things. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how it feels to have a new release, because a lot of people say it must just be wonderful, and it is. It absolutely is, but it's also nerve-wracking. Are people going to like the book? Are they going to buy the book? Will it go over well? Are they going to yell at you because you're not writing what they want you to write? Are they going to take it to heart? There are all those questions that go on with a new release. And if it's a new release in an already established series, there's always are they going to like this one as much as they like the others? Are they going to be disappointed by the direction of the story? And a writer can't let all of that influence how they write. You just can't, because you'll never be writing for yourself then. You'll never be writing the true story. You'll be writing what other people want you to write. But, those thoughts always do cross my mind. And when I was when I was with a traditional publisher, there was always, well, not always. For the mysteries, I didn't have this happen because they weren't that popular. They didn't sell very well when I was with my trad publisher. And it didn't happen with the nonfiction because it was a niche market and not likely to ever even see the bottom of a list. But when I started hitting the New York Times and I started hitting the USA Today, there was always that panic, because when you start hitting those, you're almost kind of, and it's an unwritten rule, expected to hit them. So a week from the Wednesday after the release, which would be, releases always came on a Tuesday, so a week the next Wednesday, I would have the most traumatic day. Every release brought a day when I was ready to throw up, when I was sitting here crying, when I was just panicked. I couldn't think, I couldn't work all day long until that call came to tell me whether I'd hit the list or not. And when I didn't hit a list, I plunged into utter depression and utter disappointment. And when I did, it was rejoicing. Although there was always the feeling of, should have been higher, should have been higher. I wish it'd been higher on the list. A lot of publishers will tell you that doesn't matter for contracts, but I will tell you it does. It does influence what kind of contracts you get. It does influence whether you're headlining in an anthology or not. It does influence a lot of things. So those days, the trad days, release days, were mixed because there was that panic of how well is it going to sell, and is it going to get me on a list, and am I going to plunge into an utter, depression next week or not? Now, it doesn't matter so much. I've got my letters. I've been on all the big lists. That's always mine. And while my focus now is on building my readership, building sales, growing my audience, because yes, that's important as a writer. You constantly need to grow your audience. There's always attrition rates. People fall off of reading you for various reasons. It's going to happen. It's okay. It's the way it is. Maybe people just get tired of reading your style of writing. Maybe they don't like what you're writing anymore. Maybe they just get tired of reading a certain genre. And that happens. It's going to be a normal thing. So you constantly want to grow your audience and grow your readership. But it's different than sitting here, my stomach churning, wondering if I'm going to hit a list and make somebody else happy by doing that. And yeah, of course, it made me happy to hit them. But in the long run, it was pleasing somebody else so that I could continue doing what I love. Now I get to do what I love. I do all the marketing myself. I can choose what I write. I can choose how to promote it, how much to promote it. I can decide what's enough, I can decide the threshold levels of this is selling enough to write more in it, this is not selling enough to write more in it. And that still matters. If it's a career, you need to make money. But it's a much easier, it's a much calmer time for me now when a release comes out. So I want to celebrate my release today by hoping that you love the book, that you give it give the new series a chance. That I've got another book out, that I am 14 books away from hitting 100 books, and that, that life is just calmer and happier. And even in this pandemic, I am still doing what I love, and I still have that opportunity, and I'm writing worlds that I hope touch my readers' hearts. So celebrate with me today. Leave me a comment, in the comment thread. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.